Options, options, options. Look how cute it is.
It's a nasty gutter product, and it's even nastier toilet cleaner. Just don't buy it for anything. It's a sponge, right? In today's video, I'm gonna show you top 4 gutter guard products that absolutely 100% guarantee will fail you if you spend more than $10 on them. If you're a contractor, please don't offer these products. If you're the homeowner, don't buy them. I don't care how pleasing appeal of the big box stores selling them to you. Marketing can be very tricky. At this channel, we say it how it is. You might not take my advice for something that works and I recommend, but please listen carefully when I point to you and trying to save your dollars on the products that don't work. So a couple months ago, I actually installed a couple products on my own house just to prove the point, so you don't think it's my opinion, I'm a hater. I own a roofing business, and every single year we remove tons and tons of failed gutter products, throw them on the landfill, and it's just, it's sickening how many products out there that fail and how many products are still on the market for sale in local stores. So here's my top 4 products that will fail you, guaranteed. Let me show you first what we installed here, and we're gonna come back right here for the conclusion. Number 1 on my hit list, have been there for years, is this ugly looking sponge. Every store sells them, Home Depot, Menards. It's actually not that cheap, $5.99 for 4 feet. Pretty much you're buying a garbage. I installed it 3 months ago. This is how it looks after 3 months. I bought this house about 2 years ago, and the previous homeowner installed this gutter covers. It's not my first choice, but if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? So I didn't replace this gutter covers. It's not my number 1 choice. If I wouldn't have gutter covers, I would install something different. I'm gonna explain what I would do in the next video of the products, what works. But this one here, after just 3 months, you can see how deep debris are in it. I mean, you can see the nastiness. I mean, look, this is on the bottom of it. Like, you already pretty much saturated the product with the organic debris, which is never a good idea. And the problem is, let me see, let me take it out. This is just after a couple months. You can see how sun is already changing the shape of it. You can imagine what it's going to look like after 2 years. So it's absolute failure. Pretty much sun is going to bake it. It's going to shrink. No matter what brand, no matter what promise. I understand it's so cheap to install, to buy, but don't buy it. They're gonna make money off you because the product is cheap. We're gonna see if I can cut it up and do something for my dishes. Have no idea how it's gonna work for that, but it's definitely not working for gutter covers. Another reason why is because it's literally creating plant base. So all organic debris is going to trap in here. You have moisture that traps on the bottom, and then sooner or later seeds going to start coming in and trees start going to grow in your gutter covers. I mean, before that happens, you already want to remove it anyway. I'm surprised that Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, all big box stores allow them in their stores. So absolute garbage, number 1, never buy. Okay. Spent like $6 on it. I want to see if I can find any other use for this sponge. It's a sponge, right? It sucks. It fails as a sponge on the roof, and it fails as a sponge in your sink. Maybe you can clean your car wheels with it. I'm just trying to make it work for something because it failed at the original purpose of use. So, and it failed in your kitchen as well. Garbage. Number 2, this very ugly looking, I mean, this is just, I don't even know if I would clean my toilet with it, but I definitely don't want it in my gutters. I was just recently out of town and my wife texted me the message pointing where I installed it. I installed just 4 feet of section, and my wife has eyes on everything I do, and she's like, what are we growing there? Because debris already was piling up. And I'm like, honey, this is just for the video. And she's like, like she thought I was joking. And lucky enough, I have a video to back it up when I install. I'm like, no, honey, for sure. It's a video project just to show people what not to buy. Look, they already start clogging. Do you see this? It's been installed for like 1 minute. First minute, it's already, it tracks, look at this. You see? So if you're the husband and you have to-do list and your wife is asking you to install gutter covers, don't install this. One day you're gonna be out of town, you're gonna get a call, honey, what you growing in my gutters? I mean, this trash is gonna be there for years. This has only been there for like 3 months. I talked to them. This company, I would say, very delusional at best. They sell it on Amazon. I actually bought it on Amazon. I didn't see it in a big box store, but the problem with them, when you talk to the owner or installers who worked for the brand and they swear by a project and they say, you know, we have really good reviews, homeowners love it. I mean, I'm a roofer. I've seen hundreds and hundreds of jobs when homeowners ask me to remove it. So I have to make public video because company behind it would not admit that their product failing their customers. According to them, you just have to go in once a year or so, remove it, clean it, and start over. And for me, it just defeats the purpose of having gutter system. If you have to do that, you might as well just not even do it in the first place. Just don't do it. Just keep cleaning your gutters. So number 2 is out. When it comes to water test, to these two fellas, the worst of the worst gutter covers, number 1 and number 2, they actually, I would say, they go hand in hand. I don't even know who's taking first and second place. They're pretty much equally bad. The only thing I can do with the water here is to clean them, and it's probably going to take me hours. And by the way, this is what GutterBrush recommends. Take them down, clean them, put them back up. I mean, clean them, really? Why would I clean gutter cover? I mean, what? It's just another job. Just like, it's like they hiring you to clean their gutter covers. This is just insane, insanity. I'm sorry, guys. There's no point of water test here except just cleaning the garbage of failed gutter guard system. So it looks like something I would clean toilet, but I actually do have problem with this toilet. For the last couple of weeks, I think one of my kids threw toy in it or something. So I want to see if it's gonna do the work. Maybe we can find a good use for trashy product. No, doesn't really work. It's a nasty gutter product and it's an even nastier toilet cleaner. Just don't buy it for anything. This product is useless. What a mess. One gutter cover will not only trash your gutters, but also your toilet if you let it. Some manufacturers like GutterBrush, they're gonna tell you that it's a good product, you just have to clean it once a year. Well, if you have to clean it once a year, I want you to be safe. And to be honest with you, I would not buy it. I would just clean my gutters myself. So if you don't like any of the products at all, stuff we don't recommend, stuff we do recommend, you know, you can definitely do it yourself. A lot of homeowners, a lot of contractors actually recommend it. They say all gutter covers fails. I don't agree with it. Not all of them fails. Next week I will discuss what works, but if you're one of those people who like to clean your gutters, at least please be safe. Pick up a really good ladder. This is the ladder I buy and I like for my house. This is Extend and Climb. You can buy it on Amazon. We don't have affiliation with them, but if you buy it on Amazon with my link below, we're gonna get a couple dollars. Help us to make more videos like this. And this ladder is a really good ladder. I spent $1,700 on ladders, and this one I've tested them with 100 pounds worth of kettlebell. So I walk on them because I have 5 kids. I want to come back home. I'm on the roofs a lot. This is something I can put in my small cars. This is the tallest ladder on the market, 15.5 feet. Nobody makes a taller ladder. So I have a 2-story house. That extra foot that you lose if you go with any competitor of this ladder, it might be crucial because you might be reaching just enough, but not enough. So if you ask my opinion on the ladder to clean your gutters, this is the one I like. This ladder is 6 years old. I do all my videos with them. Extend and Climb is way to go. Link below. You know, when you buy any ladder or anything from our Amazon store, we get just a few pennies on a dollar, and it helps us to make more content. Let's get back to number 3. Worst gutter cover number 3 is a cheap plastic version of this type of gutters. It's called liquid adhesion type. So there's a lot of products on the market that actually works. I'm not against the type of the system, but I'm against cheap plastics that you can find in the big box stores. Let me show you why. People say, Dmitry, you're just a hater, you hate products from big box stores. Not at all. This one is a liquid adhesion type of gutter covers, cheaper version of it. So idea is there, so the principle is there, but unfortunately when you go with the cheap, I mean, I'm not putting a lot of water here, it's barely dripping, but you can see how much water is actually over spilling. And this is brand new product. So it just doesn't work. Some water does try to go in, and by the way, this is brand new. It's only gonna get much worse once you start having algae on it and mildew built on the plastic. I would say this type of gutter would work if it's original patented design, how it's supposed to be, but cheap versions that you buy in big box stores, they fail all the time. I mean, you can see that it's just failing, and over the years, it's just getting worse. When you have mildew and algae, I mean, you're gonna defeat the purpose of a gutter. It's not only gutter guard, because the water gonna be spilling over, and I mean, what's the purpose to have a gutter if it doesn't catch water and doesn't drain it, right? So this one is not recommended because it actually destroys your gutter system. It's gonna literally keep everything away, including water, which defeats the purpose of the gutter. Just so you can see and compare how something that works does in this test. Look at this. I can literally drop this is micro mesh gutter cover. I mean, it goes right through, nothing spills over. This is what gutter cover should do. It's to drain the water inside and keep everything out. And by the way, I can go full speed on the water, and I'll show you head to head. Fail, not fail. Fail, not fail. Fail, not fail. Just saying. So as you can see, guys, it pretty much defeats the purpose not only in gutter cover but in the gutter system overall, because if you have a spill over, I don't care if it keeps everything away. The only reason you have a gutters and gutter covers because you want to drain your water from in front of your house, you want to navigate it somewhere safe so it doesn't damage your foundation and things like that. And when you install something like this, it's not very cheap, by the way, but when you install it, it's gonna fail you. If you are a fan of water adhesion type, like if you sold on a principle, spend extra dollars, go with a company that has a patent on it, that's going to back up their warranty, because those companies also, they're going to fail after years once you start having mold and mildew building up. I've seen patented products fail as well, but at least they have a warranty, they have a company and installers behind them, and I actually have seen really good testimonials, companies like LiveGuard who backs up their warranty. So if you're a fan of the system, don't buy cheap, the worst, buy the best from the company direct. Out. And number 4 on my list, any cheap plastic with the holes in it. So if it looks like just a solid piece of plastic, and this one is very cute.
So cute. If you're a woman, you're probably like, oh, look at those traps. I want it.
I mean, I was laughing in the store when I saw it because they changed the holes. It's the first time I've seen it today, and actually have been quite a few products that changed the shape of the holes. Used to be pretty much a dot, little round holes. Now it looks like raindrops. I mean, very cute.
This is so cute.
They also tried their best to give you some ribs, a little step here, but in a water test, this one still fails. Plastic and water just doesn't go really well together. It's not the metal, it's not a screen. It just, again, defeats the purpose of the gutter. The water overflows. Anything with overflow in the gutter, it's not a good idea. So definitely out. I mean, I'm not even sure how it's gonna keep everything out, but it's definitely keeping water out. Water does not want to go in those holes. I mean, simple water test shows it. So this little guy, it's very cute. I like the drop design. I mean, look at this, like little drops. And it might look very cute in the store, but you add a little bit water to it, look, nothing goes in. Why is that? Very poor design. Those little ridges don't hold it, the holes, the plastic, it just does not hold water. It doesn't help it to go inside. I mean, look at this. You would think that water would go in because it has holes. Newsflash, not everything that has holes actually lets water in, especially cheap plastic. So stay away from any plastic with the holes for your gutters. I don't care of the shape, I don't care how cute it looks. I mean, look at this. This is barely sloped and the water is still going out. It's still dripping over. So if it is solid plastic with the holes, I guarantee you it's gonna fail you. It's gonna fail your gutter system. It might keep some stuff out. It might look good from the top, but you don't see it on the ground anyway. So do yourself a favor and do not buy one. This year they did come up with a lot of different designs of shapes. The shapes I've never seen before, but the shape of the hole in the cheap plastic gutter cover does not make a difference. It's gonna fail. I've replaced a lot of them. I mean, this plastic is a little bit thicker, but it still fails. So those are my top 4 absolutely worst gutter covers that fails. If you're the homeowner and you have another one that I forgot to mention, you comment below. Maybe you have a problem with the manufacturer, maybe you have problem with, you know, your installer, somebody recommending you a different product, you didn't see it on the list. But if you're the homeowner, you're in the market right now, avoid those. Next week we're gonna publish the video top 4 products that we do recommend, and I just didn't want to put them in one video. I want to save you dollars first. I'm gonna make your recommendation next week. I'll see you guys in the next video. Please comment below if videos like this are helping you. Would like to hear from you. Share, give me one of those if you like my content. It helps us to spread the good message and save people thousands of dollars on their home improvements. See you guys in the next video.